Hello viewers. Until recently, there was one important quality that every single human being was measured against if that person was going to be very successful in life. That quality is called intellectual quotient, which is IQ. Now, if you had a very high IQ, it meant that you were probably going to be very successful in life. The problem with IQ is that you can hardly increase your IQ, and so if your IQ was low, you're probably bound to fail in life. But the good news is that a new kind of measure or predictor of success has been found, and that one is called the EQ, which is emotional intelligence, and that is what I want to talk about. The good news about emotional intelligence is that you can actually increase or enhance your emotional intelligence. All right, now, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is very simple. It is your ability to understand your own feelings and emotions, and how you can manage your own feelings and emotions, as well as understand the emotions and feelings of the people around you. Okay, so it's very simple. It's about understanding your feelings, your emotions, and managing that, as well as doing the same for the people around you. How important is emotional intelligence? Now, if you have a very high emotional intelligence, you can be a very good leader. Okay, secondly, with a very high emotional intelligence, you'll be successful at work, because work is all about people. The world is about people. It's about relating with people at home, at work, at school, wherever you find yourself. All right, so having very good emotional intelligence definitely is a key to success in life. I mean, can you imagine a world in which you cannot tell whether the person next to you is happy or angry? I mean, can you imagine if the person next to you, you couldn't really tell whether the person was angry or happy? How would you relate to that person? As much as you can assess the feelings and analyze the feelings of the people around you, you'll be able to relate to them very well. All right, so I basically want to share with you a few keys on how you can develop a very, very high emotional intelligence. Everybody needs that, because we all relate with people. Now, to have a very high emotional intelligence, the first key is this: you should have a high self-awareness. What does self-awareness mean? You should know who you are. There are too many people walking around who don't know who they are. You should know what your strengths are. You should know what your weaknesses are. You should know what you like, what you hate, what gets you angry, and so on and so forth. Once you can spend time in knowing who you really are, what your emotions are, what triggers your anger, and so on, you can manage yourself better. Now, the second thing apart from self-awareness is self-management. Are you able to manage your emotions very well? Don't you know people around you who just get angry, and once they get angry, they start smashing the TV, breaking mobile phones, doing crazy things? It's only because they don't know how to manage their emotions. Now, you need to learn how to control yourself, how to control your emotions once you know who you are. All right. Now, the next thing is that to have a very high emotional intelligence, you need to have what we call a social awareness. What that means is that the people around you, try to understand them. The team that work with you, the people that hang around you, take time to understand who they are. There are too many people or too many leaders who don't understand how the people around them feel, and so they do things that they don't care about how anybody feels. If you're going to have a very high emotional intelligence, which will make you successful in life, take time to understand the feelings of the people around you. Now, finally, you need to have a very strong relationship management if you're going to have a high emotional intelligence. Relationship management is very simple. Understand how to manage people. Understand how to manage the feelings of people. When you are doing things to people, think about how they feel. I like what John Maxwell said. He said that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so it's so important that you care about the feelings of the people around you. What you're saying, what you're doing, the actions you are taking, how is it impacting and affecting the people around you? Now, if you can think about these four things, which is having a very high self-awareness, 2, having a very high self-management, able to manage your emotions, and 3, having a very high social awareness, which is being aware of the feelings of the people around you, and finally having a very strong relationship management, definitely these four things will strengthen your level of emotional intelligence. And if you are the sort of person with a high emotional intelligence, you're going to be a successful leader, you're going to be very successful at work, and you're going to have more money, more fans looking for you. And so I wish you a great day. Do develop your emotional intelligence, and you will definitely be at the top.